Right at it. Right at it. Oh, he's done it again. Just as he did at the John Deere for his first win.
Welcome to episode 197 of the Go Get That podcast. We are happy to be back with you all to break down the Memorial Tournament at Jack's Place. Back after a week off for our guy Jordan Spieth. And yeah, guys, we're kind of nearing the end here. I was looking at the schedule, and barring any surprises such as the Wyndham or John Deere, if he gets to East Lake, we're looking at only 8 more events this year. So kind of getting down to the end here. I mean, was pretty much hustle and bustle February through April. And if he doesn't get to East Lake, we might not have another stretch of 3 in a row the rest of this year, which kind of stinks. So time to get it into gear at a place he has played pretty well at during his career, one of the best spots on tour. Unfortunate to not have boots on the ground this week with Bob not being there. But regardless, it should hopefully maybe be our first top 10 of the year.
Yeah, unfortunate that I'm not there this week. For those of you who don't know, I mean, I've told a few of my followers, but I am going to Mexico for 2 weeks. What's the tournament? Is it Canadian Open?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll miss this week. Won't be able to watch much besides Thursday. Sucks. It's my favorite tournament of the year. Family ties to the course, the tournament, one of the best events that we have on the tour, and it's unfortunate that I'm not going to be there. It's my first time in a few years that I haven't been, but I'm very lucky that the 2 tournaments that I usually go to annually, which is the Travelers and the in Muirfield, there's good mojo there. He's won at the Travelers, and he plays really well at Muirfield. It's one of his best courses as of recent. I do have a few takes on whether that will stay the same this year with the way his game looks right now. He's going to have to drive the golf ball well. And that's been something at this season. Recently, it has not been a problem as much as it was earlier in the season, but you really never know what you're going to get with this guy. So he is going to have to drive the ball well at Muirfield Village if he wants to have a chance to play like he usually does here, which is usually top 10-ish around, because if he plays good golf this week, he'll be right around that top 10 area. It's a signature event. I don't believe there's a cut. There hasn't been in a while, or if there is, it's pretty short, I believe. I don't know if you guys know for sure, but regardless, top 10 can finish 8 shots back. Like you can, like top 10 should happen here, for someone who putts these greens, and knows this golf course like Jordan Spieth does. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Don't think it's a week where we're gonna win, just because I really don't think Scotty will ever lose this tournament again. But it's fun. I haven't experienced contention as deep as it was in a long time in person that I did last year on that Saturday. He was firmly in the golf tournament with 2 holes to play, and it was a complete joy to watch. And it's crazy that is, with all the bleakness that's happened in the last year, that's only 365 days ago. But the PGA Tour season is a quick moving, and you forget about things really quickly. In the last year and a half, Jordan Spieth has done plenty of good things. It just feels like so long ago that anything really great has happened. But yeah, I'm excited for this week. There's good mojo here. It's a great golf course, and it fits his eye. He loves playing here. He putts well here, and what more can you ask for?
You mentioned that it should be a top 10, and it is in fact the site of his last top 10 on tour. So we've gone a full calendar year now without finishing on the first page of the leaderboard. Looking to change that this week. Obviously, you mentioned some of the course histories. Sneakily becoming one of his, I think it already kind of was one of the better course histories in his career, but as it's gone on with some of the miss, obviously it's not quite the Masters or Augusta National, and it's not quite uh, Colonial, at least pre-changes, but very, very consistent here, even in some down years, even in during some of the changes that went on with the course. I think it was now a few years ago where I think it was after Rom won, they just tore it up and redid a bunch of the greens, make this place even more challenging. Mentioned that Scheffler is just the odds-on favorite pretty much year in, year out, as he should be, which tells me that this golf course does a good job of establishing who's the best player. Um,
Yeah.
and there's always separation on the leaderboard. Like you said, top 10 is, I don't know about eight, it could be 8 shots back of the leader, just depending on how the leader plays, but likely a five or 6 shot window there to kind of fall into. And I don't think any of us are sitting up here and are like, man, like really expect Jordan Spieth to be in deep contention and potentially win. It's more just like, hey, I think it's a reasonable slash. You could see it happen where he's playing some of the solid stuff he's played, makes a few more putts just from history, and winds up kind of in that T7, T8 range to kind of kickstart us here into the latter half of the season, which, I mean, Jordan, you mentioned there's 8 events left, but there's some big ones. I mean, we go to the Cock, we go to the Burke, and Memorial, Travelers, lots of big events. Try and work his way back into the BMW. We were talking about Eastlake on your story the other day at 25%, but I mean, we were in this position last year when he was 35th, 36th, 37th going into this home stretch and shoulder injury, and then did not see him in Baltimore. So plenty of golf to be played, plenty of important golf to be played, and excited to watch this week. It's truly a great track, great tournament.
Yeah. You mentioned the separation. It's incredible how well this golf course does, and I know our friend Mr. Schlaber has his dismay towards this course because of its one poor feature, which is that there's very long rough around the greens, which I do agree is probably the worst part about this golf course. But there's something to be said about golf courses that are hard, that have 4 very gettable par fives. And this is the best set of par fives on tour. And the fact that this golf course can play to from 7 under to 14 under with 4 reachable par fives every round on a par 72 in this day and age is pretty remarkable. These par fives are fantastic. They're everything that has to do with risk reward. It's the golf course that reminds me the most of Augusta National. Jack designed a lot of this golf course around Augusta National, so I just think it is everything that we look for in a PGA Tour golf course that we like. Um, Riv is a little bit different. I'm not as big of a Riv just because it's not as visually appealing on the eye, but it's a fantastic test of golf. The par fives are where I think that golf course lacks, and that's not where this golf course lacks. So I think that, for someone like Spieth, who, in my recollection, I don't know, because watching on TV, you get a lot more of a understanding on how they're playing than when you're watching in person. When you're watching in person, you're kind of just like, it's just kind of happening. I feel like historically he's played these par fives pretty well. Besides number 5, I know number 5. I kind of remember him making a lot of bad pars on, but like I feel like he plays 11 well. Um, 7, I feel like he plays well. That's probably the least reachable one. 15, I feel like he plays pretty solid as well. So, you know, For someone like Spieth who makes so many birdies, uh, this is a week where you're really gonna have to capitalize on those par fives because I don't know the stats on this. I never do. I'm not the stats person, but I bet that what did Scheffler win at or not even last year? That doesn't count because he won by what, like 4 shots. But um, I I bet 3/4 of the of your under par score are just par five scoring at least.
Probably about right. Yeah.
So I you got to take advantage of the par fives this week, and I feel like he's done okay. Par five scoring has been such an up and down thing in Jordan Spieth's career. I mean, he's had years where he was horrific at it. He's had years where it's the only holes he made birdies on. So this year has kind of been up and down. I don't know where he ranks on the par five scoring, but I feel like it's been
Take a
pretty
guess.
pretty average, like middle of the pack, like 75.
was gonna say 91.
Guys are shorting him, man. 36th.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we're too tough on him, because you step up to a par five, you kind of
Well,
you get pissed off when he doesn't make a birdie. But
I feel like
that's
maybe he's
that
just
is a little interesting to me though. I feel like I would have assumed higher.
reduced the sixes this year on the par fives is maybe what's going on.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
the holes are 5 and 11 are great because you step up onto the tee and obviously you're trying to make a four, feeling great if you make a three or have a good look at a three, but can make a six or seven pretty quick. And I think that's what makes those holes fun. Seven's just kind of a well-shaped five, and then 15's usually probably the easiest hole on the course. Would be
Yeah, ever
mine,
since they
depending on
moved
the
that
wind
green on
shape.
five, um, it's
So
definitely I think.
definitely a key to the five. The fives are key to this week, and then some, accuracy off the tee. The remaining few holes, can get after it. I mean, you can really go on birdie stretches at any part of this golf course, but you can also stack up the squares pretty quick at any stretch, and that sort of speaks to the challenge of each hole, but also the reward for good shots.
Yeah, I think when the greens are firm, this course really does have some of the best short par fours as well. I mean, 3 and 14 are fantastic holes, and those are holes that you can make threes or sixes from the fairway quite easily.
Yeah,
So I feel like in historically he's played 14 pretty well. I feel like when it's drivable, he usually doesn't do anything that stupid. He made a big birdie on 14 there last year. And it usually doesn't play that under par. It's a hole where people make a lot of bogeys just because of the way that green shapes. A lot of people, I'd love to see them shave that bank. I don't think they ever have, but shaving that bank on 14 would make that a better hole. Uh, but I feel like he plays the par fours well here. The par threes, historically, are what I really remember just from watching him in person here. I think I've watched him in person 4, 5 times at the Memorial, maybe that I can think of. Um, Number 8 is just it's a bogey before the hole is even started. He never hits that green. And if you miss that green, you're either in that bunker that's 20 feet below the surface or you're left chipping on a downslope. That's death. Uh, 4, he actually plays pretty well, I feel like. And that's the hardest par three on the golf course, I think. So, and 16 as well. I feel like 4 and 16 are holes he doesn't really play that poorly, but 12 and 8 are two holes where I feel like he really gives shots away almost every round he plays them. Uh, that and 7. I mean, and 6. I think he gives a lot of shots away on 6 as well from my recollection, but um it's fun looking back on a golf course where you've watched them in person so many times. And I think about this at the Travelers every year. Just thinking about how similar he plays a lot of those rounds, and a lot of the disparity just comes from does he make this putt or does he not?
Yeah. No. A lot of does he make this putt? Does he not? A lot of the not. Um, in recent times. I mean, I guess yeah, he's putted well here, which is I think I was counting 9 top 20s and 14 attempts here, so that's good. Um, I still go back a few videos, and I term this a lost season, guys. I'm still sticking with that entering this week. The confidence level is not crazy high. I think we have the good course history to look back on, but I think I somewhere between top 12 and top 40 is minus money. If you offer me that right now to finish somewhere between that, uh, I don't know, fellas. Dan, I know you said you're predicting a. I don't know if you said it's a top 10 or his best finish of the year, either this week or at the U.S. Open, but I think I would take the opposite side on that. I'm kind of in the boat of show me at this point, and just not very bullish. 36th in the data golf rankings would be nice to be closer to the top 20 or obviously higher than that. I feel like every week we log on to do these podcasts, fellas, it's kind of the same thing. Very repetitive this year. I will say that it hasn't been repetitive miscuts at least, but I mean he's good for a T12 to T25 pretty much every week, and until that changes, it's just tough to be very bullish.
It's funny how good the data golf rankings are. They don't like people who just finish top 12 every week.
Not really. Yeah, it's funny. I thought you would do that and you'd be higher, but no.
No, no, they like people who contend. Like number 5 and number 10 on the in data golf points. It's exponential. It's not linear.
No, it's like he's just not like I think a lot of the problem is a lot of his T19s and finishes of that sort, they haven't been like great ones either. Just on like a strokes gained basis. Like what was it, Doral, where like no one played well that week. Cam Young obviously played great and won, but like he's
Well,
just a lot of these T19s are in signature events too, where it's just they're not
right.
full fields and
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
very meh.
I think that's part of it with in terms of the ranking, but it's also the inability to piece together anything elite over 72 holes. Or I guess more than one elite category, right? We've seen each of these things at separate times be top 5 in the field for the week, and then something else is, in the bottom 20, bottom 25. And that's just not how you score and maintain elite scores throughout the week. I will note too, this course is going to kind of flip. So in terms of just in terms of how it's going to play, given the weather, it's supposed to rain. It's been super dry up here. It's been gorgeous weather in the Midwest, like low 70s and sunny pretty much every day. So the course is going to be firing Thursday, Friday. But then the rain's going to come Saturday, Sunday. So it's going to flip and he's going to have to adjust, which, if you look up the great adjusters in the game of golf, you got to scroll a long way to find Mr. Spieth. But I mentioned the top 10 stuff. I think there's something about having a high floor. I actually, we can dive into a little bit about the course fit at Memorial. It's not a great course fit. Like you got to be pretty good from 140 to 200, a little over 200, 140 to 210 is
Yeah.
a lot of your iron shots are. And he's been good in stretches and not like terrible, just not elite compared to some of the players that are in this field. I mean, it's the first non-major we're getting Rory Scotty in months, it feels like when's, probably maybe even
Players.
outside of the players, maybe the API. Like
Rory
it's
doesn't play much.
or yeah, Rory doesn't play much and Scotty took off Wells Fargo or the Truist. Um so you're not playing the Subers of the world at the ranch. So it's gonna be kind of an interesting stretch here. I think too, at least for the whole top 10 thing that I've got on my mind. The floor will be high enough to potentially get that here at Memorial, but I actually think he's a pretty good course fit for Shinnecock, which is exciting.
It
Um,
is.
I think that feels like the where his game is, at least swing wise. I don't know that he's going to be able to make any putts, but I guess you could say that any week. Um, so we'll see. We'll get there
Mental
when we get there.
fortitude at
But
Shinnecock.
Good news is not many people do make putts at Shinnecock. So it's good news for a finish. I don't know whether you're talking win. I mean, I feel like a win at Shinnecock just doesn't even seem like.
wouldn't it be so like Spiethy for his career though? Just
If
like
yeah,
what a
honestly it would. Two US
stupid that this
Opens,
guy has two U.S. Opens at Chambers Bay and then Shinnecock Hills.
two of
Um,
the just brownest golf courses.
yeah, just the stupidest. I mean, Chambers Bay was quite the setup. Um, but Shinnecock is not like this big brute. Um, and if it's firm, which it seems like it's been a pretty dry summer, get balls bouncing, keep them in the fairway, and hit a bunch of wedge shots close. Like that seems to be the formula. Um, Memorial's great too. We can kind of pivot back to it a little bit, but they've got the rough up, which they usually do. I'm not sure how if it's gonna be quite as like thick and luscious because it's been so dry. It might be a little patchier and a little more playable potentially. Um, but I think what's great about it, sometimes you just have to punch out. Like you're getting 80 yards out of it, 100 yards out of it at a tour event, which is it's a nice change of pace from the rough at say Ranch or
What rough?
Colonial or
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and around the greens, I understand. Like Mr. Schlaber talks about all the time how he thinks pitch out golf is bad golf. I mean, how else are you going to test the guys off the tee? Colonial's fantastic. I don't know if you guys watched any of that, but I watched a little bit of Sunday because the Scratch Gamblers had an outright in contention. But it just that rough is fantastic. I mean, it is impossible to play out of that 2-inch rough. Um, but in the Midwest and the Northeast, like you don't have Bermuda, so it can only get so tough if you don't grow it out 4 or 5 inches. So we ask all the time for courses to test people off the tee. So yeah, pitch out golf isn't as good as not knowing what the ball is going to do, and maybe it comes up 80 yards short, maybe it goes 30 yards long. But I mean, it's northeast style golf. Like that's the all you got. It's long rough without grain. There's no other way to test these guys without growing the rough out.
Yeah, I don't think there's many other courses that require accuracy off the tee quite like this week, which is fun.
No.
Uh, yeah, I don't know what Ryan's big issue is. I mean, just to get it in play. I mean, I get wanting the rough to be playable, but I mean, there's probably like one or two courses we play every year that probably fit what he wants in terms of the rough being at what half inch or whatever the inch length it is for it to be playable. But
Yeah, I mean, and I
no,
understand what he's saying too. I feel like in this day and age, it's just not really a feasible ask.
no, and you said it well. I think any course where you have four par fives and it still plays over par is the type of golf course that like I want to watch because
Yeah,
you get the par
completely.
fives that are what usually two of them are reachable at least. Just depends on the wind, but I mean they're gettable. Those are the holes where you got to make your money, just like
Yeah.
Augusta. Um, that's fun to me. I
With a
think
big drive in the fairway and firm fairways, every par five here is reachable with 3 wood for someone hitting the ball 295 plus on average carry.
yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, short hitters aren't going to be able to get to 7 every time,
The short
but
hitters can play here.
yeah, they can
Look at the leaderboard last year.
because when Denny McCarthy lays up on 7, he has a 60 yard flip wedge. And Bryson DeChambeau goes in the water on 11 when he goes for it from 275. So you take the big numbers out of play on the par fives, which absolutely come into play for a lot of people in this field. I mean, the big numbers that you can make on these par fives, besides 7, there's trouble on every single one of them. So
Yeah, I mean, top 10 last year, you see the names Snedeker, Hoagie, Henley, Nick
yeah,
Taylor, Sepp Straka. Like, I think they asked Jack today. I caught like a snippet of his press conference today, and he's like, he told Chris Riton, who came up to him, like, I built this course for no specific player in particular, which I think most golf course designers will say, but obviously not all courses kind of live up to that. And you look at the list of winners here. I mean, Dan said it, usually good players, but long and short, um, which is it's fun to see. Anyone can kind of play well here if you're obviously on your game, which you can't say about frick most of the majors we play. I mean, most majors require length off the tee these days, which is I don't know if unfortunate's the word, but it's just the kind of the way it is.
yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that this is it's for a course that's not short by any means. Um, it's pretty, and I don't know why it is, but it's pretty cool to see a golf course that's fairly long in terms of distance on the scorecard and irons that you're hitting into greens. Uh, Historically proved to be very playable for short hitters, um, because accuracy just matters that much more. And I'm sure that's probably the reason why. People like Russell Henley, Sepp Straka, Brian Harmon, Denny McCarthy, they're not long players off the tee, but they're accurate. So they're not missing as many fairways. They're not pitching out as much. They're not going in the water. I mean, there's plenty of trouble off the tee besides just the rough around this golf course. Um, and that's a great test. It's exactly what you want in a golf course. And it's fun that Spieth plays well here. Historically, it's fun that he putts well here because these greens are really cool. And it would just kind of stink if this was one of those events where he came to every year and just didn't make anything. But historically, I mean, some of his worst putting seasons, this has been one of the 1 or 2 tournaments where he's gained well. So that's nice. I also, what was I going to say? Um, Lost my train of thought. When you guys can go, I think.
Uh, 14 appearance series, lost strokes putting 3 times at 14 tries. So, yeah, at a minimum, it's usually at least half decent on the greens,
Be
which
pretty
for floor
funny.
purposes isn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought of what I was going to say. Dan mentioned earlier that you have to kind of be good from 140 to 200 here. That's been a strength of Spieth, I feel like, in recent times, for a lot of the years. Wouldn't say that's the most comfortable yardage for him currently. I feel like he's kind of flipped it, and now it's the wedges that are really performing. I'm interested to see whether that hurts his finish here. I don't know where he is on the odds board, but I don't really know if top 10, top 20 is going to have much value on him, to be honest. I feel like a lot of golf courses like Ranch, I think that was honestly a pretty good course fit for him. Um, he got a little screwed with the weather because it wasn't as firm, so he didn't have as many wedges. But the like Dan, we said it. We expected him to have a better chance there than we did at Colonial if he had played.
Yeah.
And he didn't end up playing Colonial, but he was there through 2 rounds. The finish is pretty inexcusable, but
I
it
speaking of the approach play, he hasn't hit his irons very well since the Masters. So that would be, I mean, if we have any hopes of winning a golf tournament this year, I think getting that back to the level it was from Riviera through the Masters, I mean, that has to happen. Um, it was okay at the PGA, the Byron Nelson, everything was kind of meh, but um, that needs to get back into tip-top shape.
Nice to have a week off too. Couple week
was
off
refreshing.
play, week off
Actually, for us,
play. I think he had played 13 out of 16 or something like that. That's what he was saying, which all right, like that's kind of your job, but at the same time,
Mental
get a
refresh.
chance to regroup, get with McCormick, and figure out how to play the game better. So
McCormick on property today?
was he?
Yes. I mean, I got some notes from the day today.
No, dude.
Good on the range, a little bit of a struggle on the golf course.
Okay, that's.
I mean, these notes
How
are
many
so
balls did he
like
hit today?
115, which isn't too
It's pretty.
bad, I don't
It's
think.
pretty average, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you hit, you go play 9, you go hit again. So, um, I don't know. We've got, it's just fun to have those insight from people that are out there. I mean, again, Bob, we always like to say we saw him Wednesday at Port Rush, thought he was going to win the golf tournament, didn't win the golf tournament. So it's typically pretty meaningless, I think. I mean, it is interesting though. Like I remember LACC at the US Open, he was on live from, and it's like sometimes you look lost and you end up being lost like he was there. Not that we're lost right now, but I got the
Yeah, I mean, how
info.
many
So
times have you heard stories about people who were lost all week and then found something Thursday morning and then went on to win the golf tournament? I mean, that
yeah,
happens all the time on tour.
Colin Morikawa couldn't play links golf in 2021 at the Scottish Open, and then obviously finds it at Royal St. George's against our guy. But
Won't give my thoughts on that one, but
no, that was sham. Would be the way
very
I'd put it.
much.
Is
Great
Morikawa in the field
greens.
this week?
Great green speeds.
Yes, running at a 2. Morikawa not in the field this week.
Interesting.
I mentioned him, and he's a guy that, man, the season's kind of freaking cratered with that injury. What was it? A wrist? What was it with him? A back?
I think it was back. Yeah. Had a
He
WD
was
from the players.
he was on a tear from Pebble through Heritage, and he's played twice since the Heritage. And they both went poorly. I don't think any of us are too upset about that, but since since I mentioned the name, I just wanted to take a peek at him.
Yeah. Speaking of names, I don't know if I have, these previews after the week off. It's tough to like have much to say. You kind of do the recap, and I hope that things got worked on. Talk about the course, talk about the tournament, but I mean, I'd be ready to roll into triple double.
I had one more thing. Just because you mentioned the off week, it was reported by a local Dallas reporter that Spieth played Thursday or Friday of the Schwab at Preston Trail or whatever, some private golf course, one of the many that he's a member at near home in Dallas with Siwoo and Scheffler.
Oh,
So that's clearly a good barometer. The reporter said no scores were reported, but playing against some good competition. Yeah, what are we thinking? 62 for Scheffler, 64 for Siwoo, 67, 68 for Spieth.
Yeah, probably.
At what golf course again?
I think it's Preston Trail. I looked it up. I believe it's an all-male club.
And they let Spieth in?
You went there. You freaking went
Wow.
there.
I mean, come on. That was a Joaquin Benoit fastball right over the middle.
The course, oh my God. It hosted this course actually hosted the Byron Nelson between 1968 and 82, which is interesting. But so the Texan was working on the off week, which is good to see. I can't believe, guys, we'll get into triple double in a second. We really only have like 1 3-week stretch left this year. Like the pod's going to be coming to a little bit of a close here, and I think we did a Ryder Cup episode last year. Even if he didn't make it, I don't know if we'll do a President's Cup episode if he doesn't make it, just because the President's Cup is not a sham, but like really, I mean, the care level is certainly not nearly as high.
I don't even know where they're playing this year.
Medina, I think.
Oh,
Ew.
I think it's Medina.
God, that'd be cool.
Captain
to make
Sneds.
I find it interesting because the President's Cup I guess Reed not being on live and Kepka not being on live anymore hurts Spieth's chances, but I feel like he's still not too far away from
Data
being on
Golf
that.
He's
actually, Data Golf updated their like standings list. He's certainly got some work, I would think, to do, at least to
Really? Who are some of the
actually
names
deserve a
that like
pick.
you wouldn't think, but like are above him right now that like I'm
I
just not
mean,
thinking of?
as of now, Fowler is like a lock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, Let me take a peek if I can find
If
it.
Fowler's on the Ryder Cup team at Adair Manor and he puts a stinker, that could be the reason for loss.
Bob, will you consider Goddard up a lock? We still have time, but
I'm just not a Goddard guy, but he deserves to be there over Spieth.
yeah, I mean
Because
Scheffler,
like
Cam Young.
you want Goddard playing in those team events before the Ryder Cup too.
yeah.
Yeah, not. I would take. I mean, you have Scheffler, Cam Young, Xander, Henley, Cantlay. That's five locks. Morikawa, barring back surgery, is probably on the team. JJ Spawn,
Yeah.
Sam Burns.
Yeah.
I mean, McNeely is a guy that has played better than Spieth. I don't know where that would be.
I think Thomas will
Um,
kind of thrust his way to the finish too.
Thomas is
So
playing
Probably.
good golf too.
Thomas,
Yeah.
Fowler.
I
I
think
mean, we'll
Thomas
see.
is basically a lock, to be honest.
I don't think he should be, but yeah, that's fair.
Probably
I
is.
mean,
I
with the
think
way
the
he's
other
been playing, how bad would his summer theoretically have to be for them not to pick him?
In fairness, though, Bob, like, has he been that much better than Spieth this year? Like, look at his, like, he played great at the
No, but
PGA
he's
with the
been near
back
the top of
door.
leaderboards more.
That's fair. But it's like, if you look at his finishes, it's like, it's not that good.
Yeah, no, his Sundays have been bad, but Spieth
Uh,
Sundays, it's a double-ended sword. What's better, having great Sundays when you're out of contention, or being in contention and having bad Sundays?
that's fair. What about a Gary Woodland? Another name.
he won. He was there last week. I think so. The other side of the coin is like, and we haven't had a top five in forever, but Spieth's two top fives away from being very much just like, oh yeah, it's like
Big ask.
Yeah, he's
asserting.
a good he's a top 10 at Memorial and a good performance at Travelers from in a made cut at Shinnecock, or actually not even a made cut at Shinnecock, just like a non-embarrassment at Shinnecock from being brutally right there.
Could we have just ripped three straight top tens?
I don't know if
Why
top
don't
10
we?
at
Why don't
Shinnecock's
we?
possible, but I could see him like
He's doing it. It's gonna be his best finish of the year.
I mean, I'm going to ask for Daniel to put some cash on a top 10, just a little bit. Just a little
Gonna
bit.
be
If you're
his
going to
best
talk
finish
like
of the year.
this,
I mean, like I just
I
I've
mean,
seen it.
the
I've gone to the
question
future
is
and I've
how
seen
will
it.
Spieth rebound from the opening 75 that should have been a 72?
Well, see, that's where it's different. It's gonna be a
Because it's not like 75 probably won't be that disastrous of a golf score, but
assuming it's three over. I don't know what the I think it's a 70, right?
I
70.
thought it was 71. Is 70?
One.
All right, so
70.
74. Let's say he shoots say
Oh,
he
yeah.
shoots 4 over and like the scoring average is like 4 over. He plays an average day, but it's a 74, not a 71. Like mentally, where does that go from
Well,
there?
the
I
scoring
think
average round one in 2018 was 76.46.
Yeah,
So
but it's not going to
74.
be that hard this year. There's no
No, it
way.
won't be. It won't
that's
be.
incredible. Oh my
76.6.
Yeah, I expect it to be around 74 in the first round if they get it built up super tough. Leader was what, one under that time?
Four guys
probably
broke par.
three.
Yeah.
See, I
Or
think
was the leader 3 under?
Four guys shot 69.
see, I think Spieth's gonna come out with the 70. And I think it's just gonna be steady Eddie throughout the week, and it's gonna feel a little disappointing, but I mean
I mean, I'd
was
certainly put a lot of money
lurking.
on Spieth leading the field in birdies that week.
He was lurking late Saturday at Oakmont.
Hey, I'm not gonna sit here and
He
act like he
was
wasn't.
lurking.
You're completely correct?
Lurking at the PGA. That's two of
Oakmont
the
was a
last four
course that we
majors
thought
we've
was going to
played. He's
tear him to
been quote
shreds.
unquote lurking.
He's a
What?
lurker.
We thought Oakmont was going to tear him to shreds.
He's a lurker. Oh
He's
my
not good at
goodness.
those Northeast courses.
It's crazy though
No,
too
he's
is
not. That is true. He's not good at that type of grass at all.
Oakmont, he flushed it with the
He
iron
did.
play. I think he gained
Did.
almost 2.5 shots around, which is incredible for them. What was it, like a
Oh my
T21?
God. The amount of like 8 irons that he just put to like 30 feet, like watching that, it was just so nice because the amount of people that were just missing in the wrong spots of greens.
Yeah. Well, there was some. I mean, yeah, he had some mega darts too.
And his approach shots were just, I mean, his play of the eighth hole probably gained him half of the shots he gained all week.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he hit that green 3 times. And one of the times he had like 15 feet for birdie. And he was
Which,
hitting
yeah.
like 3 wood and hybrid.
Yeah. Speaking of, I mean, hybrid, just I wonder if there was a tweak to the hybrid this week. We'll see. Doubt it, but
Hey, at least the 3 iron will be in the bag coming up in a month.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, we're hoping to be at Birkdale, assuming everything works out. We watched him at Portrush play terrible golf and still make the cut fairly easily and finish top 40. Like, he does not have to be playing his best stuff to have a really good finish on links golf. He really doesn't.
No, although we'll certainly be chasing.
Yeah.
we're chasing
a
the
very
jug.
good
See,
finish. We're chasing the jug, yeah.
here's another thought, and maybe I've just already had a long week and I'm losing my mind.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. But
Sorry,
like,
Dan.
what if we just flip the script and just go nuclear this last 6 weeks?
It's a good week to start. I mean,
Like, why not
there's
just a
worse
little
courses.
here? A solo third at the Cock. Follow that with a nice T9 at the Travelers. Then we're off and running to the Scottish, where it's a T11, and then we're full thrust for the jug.
I wish
Why
he was
not?
listening. Like, I hope that's the
I
mindset he
kind of
should have.
like that plan. I think
Well, it starts with getting putts to the hole.
well, that's a good point. It's hard to deny that putts don't go in if they don't get there.
Bob, will you be in Mexico on Thursday morning?
No.
So you'll be up at 5:05, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Guess so.
see, it's just putts need to be getting to the hole at 5:05 in the morning. Lane and cut.
I'll be up for Sabalenka, not for Spieth. No,
Beef
yeah,
takes a back seat to the French Open.
Yes, I'll be up.
Understandable.
I'll be up for that round. I love watching that golf course, man. I'll obviously be up, and I'll be watching Friday too. I just have a lot of stuff I have to get done. I don't leave till early Saturday morning, so
What airline?
oh, not good. Can't pronounce it, believe it or not.
Oh, that's never a good
I think
sign.
it's Aero Mexico or something like
Oh
that.
no. Used to rip when I was in Europe, we'd take Ryanair.
Oh,
Ooh.
great airline. Great airline.
We would
Yes.
go full thrust around the continent.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Diego and I flew from Scotland to Ireland for $24 on Ryanair.
There you
Hey,
go.
And
And you're still in one
$24
piece.
was arguably an overpricing.
Make sure to
The
fasten
way-
your seatbelts on Ryanair.
Yeah, the way the airline's like designed, it looks like it's like a floating like ship that's like that you're trying to get saved by another boat.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look put together at all.
We
But it gets the job done. No crashes in their entire life.
no, they were great. We went to we went from Stockholm to Budapest, and there was a storm, so we had to stop in Bratislava at like 12 and midnight. And they're just like, yeah, they didn't really say much. They're just like, hey, we gotta there's some turbulence. Next thing you know, they're like we're on the ground pulling up to the airport. Yeah, not Budapest. Flight's not getting there till, you know, tomorrow. We're done. See you guys. Just perfect,
Happens.
Reiner. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess when you pay $60 or whatever, that's what you're gonna get. But speaking of $60, I am down more than $60 in the triple double. So
Got some zeros.
I don't know. Yeah, 60 times.
You got catching up to
100,000
do.
maybe. I'm way back. Um, believe Bob has first pick.
No, you have first
Oh,
pick.
Sadly, no. I thought I
oh,
did.
I will go with this is an important pick for me. It's a big pick. I need to get back into this thing. Um, I'll go Justin Thomas.
Oh, that's such a good pick for me. I really need you. Because I know who your other guy was that you're thinking of.
Who was it?
Was it Cantlay?
What's funny is I did go look at Cantlay's state of golf page right as I was on the clock. But he actually hasn't been great at
Yeah, but
Memorial.
he never plays great, and then he just fires at a guaranteed top 15 here at absolute worst.
And two of the last three, he's finished outside the top 30. So
Here?
yeah, T12 missed cut.
No, no. He missed a putt on 18. I watched it to not cash our top 10 bet last year.
Yeah, two of the last three. So he did it last year, but
Oh,
previous 2 years miscut
hmm,
T30.
interesting.
You could leave him for round two or round three maybe and see
I
if he's still
can because
there.
I obviously know Jordan's going with. So
Yeah, I feel bad because when I charted this out at the beginning of the year, I thought Bob would get Memorial. That didn't happen. I ended up getting Memorial, but Bob does get the U.S. Open, so that's good. But without any further ado, I will be taking Scotty Scheffler. At
Oh, what?
yeah, what?
That's a stunner.
well,
Well,
now Scotty Scheffler uses are gone besides me, so I can basically pick and choose whenever I want. I don't have to worry about anything.
I forgot I used Scotty once, so that's use twice. That's use number dos.
Well, you'll be getting your money's worth this week.
Probably. When did I use them? I used them at the Masters, and
Yeah,
that
it
went
was the
well.
Masters. The Masters was great though. Rory, Scotty, you had the one too.
Yeah, the exacta. That was nice. Bob, you get two.
Yes, I do. I'm going to go with Pat Cantlay.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
Do I really want to go with this loser?
Looking at Spieth, he's playable this week, I
I'll
think.
go Ludwig.
Ludi. Ludi Viggy Obear.
I haven't used him yet.
Yes, you have. Oh,
I
you've
have?
used him twice actually.
Oh yeah, I have. I was
Oh.
looking for him and I couldn't find him. I guess I have.
Denied the Obear.
First time listeners can't use someone twice if they're on the PGA Tour.
Question marks now arise for me.
Ruh-roh.
Let's see. What do I want to take? I will. This is one of the biggest purses left, right? It has to be.
Siggy, yeah.
It's a big one. There is a cut here, by the way.
Ooh,
This is gonna bite me in the ass, isn't it?
win the cutout.
Yeah, I'll go. Actually, no, someone else is gonna use them there. I'll go Batia.
Ooh,
Ooh.
an interesting name. We haven't used him yet. Oh yeah, you have, but I think only once. Yeah. So it comes around to me. Well, I would have definitely used Cantlay. I love that pick. I
What's
will
Cantlay in your
go
model?
sixth. Where do you guys think Spieth is while we're on that?
20, it's a small field. Course history is probably pretty
18.
good. 17, yeah.
22.
Blute wins.
Spieth has been
Blue
just
wins.
Heritage 23rd, Miami 21st, Truist 23rd, this week 22nd.
I mean, that makes sense.
Just the most mid player on the tour. Back to scheduled programming. I will go Ben Griffin.
Yeah, I think I've already used him twice, but it's a
My
good
second
pick.
Ben Boone's use.
Oh boy.
A couple Dans now.
Yeah, have I used, how many Henleys have I used?
You have used not a singular Russ Henley.
Interesting. Well, then I will use a,
He's second in my model. I will share that.
I just don't know if I trust Russ Henley off of a win.
Yeah, I mean, expecting another wins a lot, but he could cash you a check.
I'll go Alex Smalley.
Huh.
Yeah, I'd put a lot of money that he finishes well this week. He won't win, but
Oh, Dan
Well,
used
maybe.
Smalley twice
Bruh.
denied.
Are you serious?
into the dog days of the season.
What
Yeah, you
two
used him.
tournaments could you possibly have used Alex Smalley twice
That's why you don't remember Amex and the Cog.
I was on him early.
You were. He
Too
paid you
early.
48K for those two events.
Back when he had 1,000 Instagram followers.
Um, sorry. Jeez. All right, fine. I'll use a Ludwig.
Bob, oh yeah, Bob, Bob was gonna use him.
I'll use a Ludwig.
I don't think you've used him yet. Oh yeah, you have.
Thick for me.
Where is Ludwig? He's in here somewhere.
I'll use a Ludwig and a Gotter up if I have a Gotter up left.
Okay, there's Ludwig. That's twice. Got her up. You have a got her up.
Come on.
Mm.
I don't really
Yeesh.
like any of these picks, to be honest with you, but
That means you're hitting a winner this
I mean,
week.
I'd pay a lot of go get that dollars to have Scheffler right now. Like I think I'd pay $1 million just to have Scheffler and take it away from Jordan.
I don't even think that's worth it for me.
No, I don't think it is either.
No. I'm up, and we were mentioning short hitters. I am not going to go with Brian Harmon, who was in the mix last week before fading, but I will go with another Bulldog, Sep
Yeah.
Straka. I haven't used Sep yet. That's shocking. Struggling, huh?
I'm gonna regret this.
Texan.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. There we go. I think you might have used it twice.
that's it for my Texan use. I'm doing this
You have another Texan.
strategically. I'm doing this strategically just so that I don't use him at the Open after he plays well at the Scottish, because there's just better picks at the Open.
you're thinking about using him at the wrong Open there, pal.
I guess so.
Geez.
Yeah, I'll go with Texan.
So you have used the Texan twice, Bob. Dan has used him once, and I've used him once. I think we
Yep.
will use him the max 6 times by year's end.
I do as well.
So that's my second use, right?
Do you think we can
Yes.
get him to over? Well, we better hope. Do you think
You already
out of
used them,
6
Bob.
uses?
Do we give a go get that podcast extension to 3 for the Texan if we all get to 3?
No.
I think that could be debated. I mean, you want to use him more?
No, I think
We should
there's
give an unlimited use policy on the Texan.
I actually think that's fair. I think that's fair for next year.
if
I
the
think that
game
would be a
continues
great
to
because we
trend this
change it
way.
every
But the
year. That
problem,
would be a great twist for next year.
just like you can play the
Use the
Spieth
Texan
whenever.
any week.
Well, the good news, Bob, is your first Texan use at Phoenix went very well.
Yes. I was gonna say out of the if we
Great
beat them
course horse.
times, is he gonna get to 1 million?
He did pretty good for me at Doral. Put up
Yeah,
260
that's
grand on the
insane. They
board.
use him at
Okay.
Doral. That was ballsy to use him at a
Well,
course.
T19 for 200 grand is crazy, but
Welcome to the six.
yeah. So yeah, I guess he'll. But will he get to 1.5? Probably not.
No, it's funny. Bob mentioned the Scottish. Like he hasn't played very well there.
No, he hasn't. But
It's few opportunity. I think it's what 3 tries there.
it's not really a links golf course.
No,
I mean, he skipped it.
It's
But
so
he was planning on
sick.
skipping it for the deer. Or
Well,
he did skip
he-
it for the deer.
and he was pregnant.
Oh yes.
It's so sick that he doesn't play well. That they don't go to like an actual course
Actual good course. Yeah.
with the combination of the DP World Tour and the PGA Tour and their agreement. Why is the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship not a PGA Tour sanctioned event?
You tell
And we
him.
get what
Or the Irish
Carnoustie,
Open.
St. Andrews, and one other in Kingsbarn all in the same week.
Yeah.
We don't have that on tour. What are we doing?
You tell
Or
him.
even
We're going
the
to TPC Southwind.
I think we should get the Magnus. I mean, given how the signature events are going, just get the JP McManus Invitational as an 18-man kind of mid-season Hero World Challenge every year.
Next
Hosted
year's
by
a
Lowry.
Magnus year.
It is a Magnus.
Next year's a Magnus year.
I mean, you'd expect him to
Disqualified
play it,
after
right?
4.
If he's serious about making the team.
Yeah, he'll be at the Magnus next year.
Was he at
It's
the
a nice-
Magnus recently? I don't think so. No.
It's
It's a
every
nice-
time the Open goes to St. Andrews. There's a
Oh.
Magnus.
That's a nice.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that it's Adair Manor for the Ryder Cup.
No.
No.
Interesting.
In
That's-
fact, I don't
that's-
even know if the Magnus
that's-
will be at Adair Manor.
Oh, is it not usually there? That's just the only
No,
time.
I think it is, but with the Ryder Cup being there, I don't know if they'll play it there, if you get what I'm saying.
Like playing. It'd
Interesting.
be like playing the Wells at Quail and then playing the PGA at Quail.
Well, they might close the course. Too,
I
is
would
kinda
also
my
I would
point.
also compare the Wells Fargo Championship to the Magnus, but
How about the Genesis? Spieth's been disqualified from both of them.
Women's U.S. Open venue.
Yeah. Good Lord.
How many disqualifications will we get at the U.S. Women's Open this week?
You'd hope none, right?
How long are they playing the fourth hole?
I really don't feel like doing the work to find what the scorecard is, but I guess I will. It's a good question. I can't be that long. Unless they
Where
want
Where are they playing?
Riviera.
Oh. The
Let's
fourth.
see
Turn it
here.
into a par 4.
Should be in here, right? Give me the score. 192 yards.
Okay. That's reasonable. They should tip it one day.
I feel like it should have been a little bit longer now. If they're gonna make the men play from 280, like I feel like 215 for a women's par 3 is basically like that's the equivalent of like 270 now.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Like
about
it's still like
right.
a hybrid.
Into the weeds here.
They're playing it.
I really don't know like how the women's distance is like
Conversion distances.
conversion, but
It's like
I just know that they have a million hybrids, which
like
would
when
not be good for Spieth.
there's a reason. There's a reason. There's like this ad on Instagram for Titleist that sometimes will pop up, and it's the Titleist truck guy handing Spieth the like T350 3-iron, which is just this like massive headed, most forgiving 3-iron in the bag. And he just starts, the first one is just way off the heel, and he's like, "Oh, it's a nice result though." Like they know what they're doing.
Uh,
Just get
no
better
wonder I
Imagine,
don't win golf
hitting
tournaments.
clubs.
imagine Spieth had to play like a golf tournament. Like imagine Spieth had to go to Shinnecock and like not a 4-iron or a 5-iron, but just play with like a 3 hybrid, a 5 hybrid, and a 7 hybrid.
That'd be death by knockout.
It would be.
Of course, by knockout. Speaking of the 3-iron, I think we're probably nearing the end here, but could the 3-iron be in the bag at Shinnecock and no hybrid?
I think
Yeah.
so. I think it will be.
Could be.
I think it should be if it's
Weather dependent.
He's usually pretty consistent with putting it in the bag when it should be on the bag based on like actual course fit. He's just not good at knowing when the hybrid isn't working and putting the 3-iron in the bag instead.
Well, if
fair.
the rough is thick, having the hybrid in the bag may not be a bad idea though. Hack something out of there. But I really don't think Shinnecock is I mean, I'll have to go on 2K and do some more studying, but it doesn't really feel like you're clubbing down off the tee.
I haven't played 2K in so long. Maybe before the US Open
Podcast takes a trip.
maybe we get a live scouting report
I
done.
was gonna say, throw it up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
Tuba and Ravens and Blue. Just
Yeah. Bubba 3533.
Three great players, proper players.
Oh yeah. I'd have to sign in on my friend's PlayStation, but we can make it work.
We gotta
Yeah.
make that work.
Stay
But-
tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay
for the
tuned,
Shinnecock-
everyone.
Yeah. Shinnecock playthrough.
Is that all we got, fellas?
I think so.
I think if
So
we're
I will
talking
be back
about
for
K on the cock, that's all we got.
I will not be here for the Memorial recap. I will not be here for the Memorial Sunday podcast.
Neither will we.
Yes.
Not be here for the I land. Yeah, if we do a Wednesday live for the US Open, then I'll be back. So I'll only miss one episode.
All right, we'll do Wednesday. I'll probably do Wednesday live then, for sure.
Wednesday live,
Alrighty.
Tuesday course scouting.
Yes.
Not like a plan. But
All right.
until next
Yeah.
time, everyone, enjoy the Memorial.
Peace out.